Alright. Hey everyone, guess what? I'm back here. Casting again for the TAW Newcomer tournament. This is Group C this time. Third set of matches for the day. This one is between RAWR and Swipey's Walkerfades. And I accidentally hit console while going into the overlay. Alright, so of course bad timing there. I get friends request there from the somebody on one of the teams while I join. We got pretty much everyone in here anyway, just double checking. Is he actually in spec? I hit all the wrong buttons. Alright. So, kicking the one person from a different team. We'll get one more person in here, and then it should be good to go. We've got, looks like pretty much all of Swipey's Walkerfades in here. So, I know the guys from Swipey's because they are most of radical the German radical, whatever. I don't know how you'd actually say it because it is, the abbreviation. Either way, they're from Radical. I've been playing quite a bit with these guys, maybe playing with them for Season 6. It's, of course, short a couple of players, one of them being me, the other one being ZZ. And I actually just realized that I'm covering up my chat window. There we go. Now I am not covering up the chat window. So I know these guys. And they've got Knights, Brain Freeze, Chicken Toast, Jazzy, Shadow, and Game Over. So we're all pretty much ready to go here, and we're actually running a little bit early, which I'm okay with, because that means that, stuff will be going at almost the right time. But yeah, I know these guys. If I make snarky comments at them, it's because, well, I know them, and thus I will make snarky comments at them, because I can. RAWR, I'm not as familiar with. Another Euro team, so... Or at least I think so. I'm assuming Chocopix is, just alt-tabbed or something. But, I don't play as much on Euro pub servers because a lot of the times when I play, well, it's like, the middle of the night for them. So we got, for them, we've got Flugstein, Kari, Chocopix, K-Mac. I'm sorry, I'm not 100% sure how to say your name. I'm terrible, apparently. We've got Stamp Voet. And looks like YOLO Swaggins will be the last player for them. And then they'll have everybody on their team, too. We are going to be playing here on Zombie, which is, of course, a fun map, at least from my perspective. It's, of course, a very unusual map. Not vanilla, it's the one custom map in this whole collection of maps that are being played. And I actually have not seen Swipey's play on it at all, so I don't know how well they play on it. Can you please watch my right side? Oh no, the people are making gorge noises. Alright, so they're gonna just kick Jason. I think he went AFK in here. He's probably in a different stream, so... Kicking him. It's just me here. They're stuck with me. And it looks like since we got a comm in the chair, that'll be K-Mac. Well, on the one hand, that means I don't have to worry about saying your name incorrectly anymore. So, if you're coming back and watching this later, well then, be happy for that. That is one of the things. If you're in the chair, you probably aren't going to have your name said much, unless you're out being crazy or, doing amazing things. I don't know, whatever the heck happens to be situationally amazing. But it looks like we've been live for 2 minutes now, so I'll be ready to go here momentarily. We did have it ready up, I think, already from Swipey's. I apologize if I called him radical or something. You guys get who I mean at this point, right? Anyway, besides this, well, we have a couple more minutes of downtime probably. If you're part of one of these teams, or, you know, another Div 4-ish team that maybe isn't part of this, didn't make the cutoff to play, you know, something like that. You have a bunch of friends who maybe are also from pubs, new to the game, something like that, where you'd be in the lower tiers of the competitive play, either because of your newness to the game or because you've never played comp before. Go to the ENSL forums, and there should be posts there about the divisional, I think is what Schwab was calling it. He's running a competition with an actual prize pool, theoretically. Okay, so we got this pretty much, looks like rolling along here. Oh gosh, making fun of trademark. Anyway, aside from them making fun of trademark in chat, let's see. As I was saying, Schwa's setting up another competition that's Div 4-ish. So go, if you're a part of, you know, a Div 4-ish team, go check that out. It does have a paid entry, but, you know, you theoretically get money if you win. So, you know, always good. Let's see, what else is there? There's also, of course, Div. Season 6 signups are open. They will be for a little while longer. So, you know, maybe if you've enjoyed this whole competition, maybe you want to get in the normal season and not be cramming 3 matches into one day usually, but instead, you know, have a whole week to plan when it's the best time to get your best players on for the match and that kind of shenanigans. You know, maybe good. You get to play on a wider variety of maps. You really practice on the ones that you're going to be playing for the week, on other such things. I don't know. Any of these competitions where you're sitting there doing multiple maps in one day can be pretty exhausting, especially if you end up with longer ones. That is one of the good things about having this time limit, is that, you know, you pretty much can't have the 2-hour games. Anyway, we got 2 readies up here, so we are ready to go and move into round 1 of RAWR versus Swipey's Walkerfades here on Zombie. So 5 seconds until that starts. A lot of have funs going on through the chat. We are going to have a waste hive over here for Swipey's. Trademark. Alright, they're gonna just zoom on out, no gorge or anything. Not that common on this map, but we'll see what happens there. I mean, they're gonna go Crag Hive first. I think that is basically one of the 2 options that you'd want to pick on this map. The other one being not, you know, what's it? Not being shift, but actually being shade. This can be a pretty reasonable map for shade just because, well, it's an unusual map, so people don't always check every single little corner and just, you know, stuff like that. There's a lot of stuff you can hide behind. A lot of little things in the ceiling where you can be invisible and hide and just, I don't know. I think it's okay on this map. Anyway. No, I don't think anybody's died yet. No, no deaths yet. Just a little bit of pokes here and there. Chicken Toast is actually being able to regen some of his energy there, and of course we have Curry just sitting there doing the very smart thing of not leaving the base open. Chicken Toast is, however, possibly no, he escapes around the corner. Yellow Swaggin's too slow. Oh no, I think they heard him. Here comes Shadow, here comes Game Over, Jazzy, all going through. Jazzy's actually out of the hive doing this, and they're just gonna jump on the arm slab. Nothing's researching though, so it's not that big of a deal, but the problem is that Flexstein is back there dealing with one skulk, and now they're gonna lose the IP. K-Mac jumps out of the chair, he gets taken down. Everybody else, these guys are way too far away and there's no comm anywhere. Well then. Yeah. Well, so much for round 1. One thing's for sure, we are not going to to run overtime here. That was a very quick round and a very nice base rush there. Call it a draw. Yeah, let's go back into spec here so I can draw and stuff. Hit the right buttons. Yeah, that was the problem. You had everybody moving around. They were moving along like through here, and they didn't watch. That is one of the things. No matter what map you're on, this is kind of similar to Veil, in that you want to watch the two entrances. Oops, let me draw with the other. Let me draw with the other thing, or just draw it on here. You want to watch the entrances to base, which are kind of, you know, right here. And where's the other one? It would be, yeah, shipping. I mean, yeah, they had carry over there, which was good. But the problem was, is that they ended up being too aggressive and not killing any of the skulks. By the time they got up to Baywing, there were two guys way the heck up here. And what, the two other guys were like somewhere over here, I think? And there was one dude here, and then there was the comp, something like that. Either way, if there were the group that was up there and there was nobody hanging out back, you know, back a little bit to make sure that they could, you know, delay them enough, chip them enough so that that way they could get through. I mean, if you were gonna jump out of the chair at that point, uh, you know, you're gonna jump out of the chair because, well, they're, you know, zooming into your base. You know, it should have been called maybe when they were in pub, maybe when they were having the fight over here or something. Um, and then jump out of the chair and move really far away from it. So maybe be all the way over, you know, let's just use here. Be like all the way over here or something. They'd be all the way over here or something. So you have a really, or no, I guess it wouldn't be there. Maybe just over here somewhere. You know, just really make sure that you have a lot of distance between yourself and the skulk, so that way you could depend. I don't know. There's like no good place in this room because of this little wall right here. Let's go in this way. Because of this little wall right here, you can see it'd be a lot harder to shoot the skulks. Because of course that's going to be the wall, the command chair. Just overall, it's going to be hard. I mean, I guess over here by the power node would probably be the best. You just need distance between yourself and whatever you're shooting at. That's one of the reasons that in one of the season 4 matches. Yeah, it was season 4, I think. Singularity ended up losing around because they ended up losing losing around because Kane jumped out of the chair and ran towards the gorge and oncoming skulk instead of away from it. And then they ended up losing. Anyway, on to round 2 here. Let's see if we can not have a base rush this time. But that guarantees us under the 90-minute thing. All right. So Swipey's starting off here as Marines. They're going to go for arms leb. They're not going to let them, you know, have the advantage of, you know, zooming to base. So that's going to be mines right off the bat. Shift tab going for RAWR. Just got lots of people moving around the map. They just need to make sure to lane block, or they're going to end up with skulks in their base too. Now, if they really wanted, they could have people walk up towards gravity. Since we didn't get a chance to see any of this because the last round, would have been a really easy way to just, you know, put some pressure onto Oxy right off the bat. Somehow Flugstein, either way, Flug, he gets picked off there. And Shadow will be able to go back to base and heal up. Okay, now we got the pressure going towards Oxy. We got Game Over and Brain moving up towards Oxy to clear the cysts up there. There's nothing up there as of yet, so that's, you know, pretty easy to, you know, it's not going to be a huge res sink right there. We got Yellow Swaggins and Stamp moving in on the repair. That is repair, isn't it? Yeah, it's repairs, whatever. Shadow is going to move over there to try and clear that up. Meanwhile, we got Game Over being the only one left alive. Flugstein is able to clear up the last Marine up there. They didn't actually take out any of the cysts either, which is odd. I mean, there were just those cysts, so it should have been pretty easy to clear out at least some of them, but I guess they got there at the same time as the skulks. We got Knights separated around a wall here. He's going to be still the one pushing into EC. They already dropped the power there. It looks like Carrie's not going to, you know, challenge that at all. Stamp looks like he was kind of hanging out there, maybe waiting to see if he could go into base to be annoying. But they put a lot of nice mines in here around both the IPs and went over by the comm chair, so the comm can have some defense as well. All right, we got 3 skulks hanging out here in gravity. They're split up though, so they can't really encroach on it. They should be able to use a lot of stuff in the room where they could actually take that engagement no problem. But with the forward mines that Game Over's now putting down, it's going to be a little bit harder, especially, you know. But they were split up. Actually, Yellow Swaggins actually takes them out. I'm not quite sure why Shadow was sitting on his pistol right there. I mean, these skulks have full health. There isn't really that much of a question of it. And there's a lot more bullets, and you need a lot less, you know, 100% accuracy if you're using an LMG. I saw that actually a little in the last game too. Oh, Chuckapix actually almost goes down there, but Brain was not able to land that last bullet. So he gets out of there, saved by the natural regen, probably. Game over in Shadow now, determined to go and cap that. We've got Chocopix kind of sneaking around, trying to get some eyes on something. We got Brain and Knights going around. Chocopix actually gives himself away by parasiting, which, though it may help Flugstein, it may end up getting both of them killed. It probably would have been better until they were right here and then just kind of both encroach on them. I'm not quite sure, though. I mean, it really depends on how they all play. So things are going to be a little bit more obnoxious up here in Oxy. They have also assisted across the map, so if we look at the little mini map down there, you can see the full map also. We got 2 in the middle. We got 2 over on the waist side. So at this point, I mean, but they also have chicken lane blocking to prevent that base rush, and we got all of them, like literally pretty much coming through there, and they just destroy. Game over in Shadow, and are able to continue on to go and looks like rotate towards Bay, where they are currently building that RT. Power needs to be tapped to finish that up. It's sitting at 98%. The RT is up though, but moving back down the hallway will give them a nice line of sight and make it really hard for those skulks to go out. So might as well just go chomp on that RT. One skulk down. Chocopix looks like he is flanking him, so he's just sneaking right along. Knights goes down, and now Chocopix is going to try and take out Brain Freeze. He's switched to his pistol. Both these skulks have no armor, so that's going to do a lot of damage, but they're going to be able to take him down in the nope. Yeah, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh well, I give up. It doesn't matter. We got Armor 1 finally being started there, obviously with a bit of a delay there because of going for mines first. They did actually go for an obs as well, so they're playing kind of defensively in that aspect. But it also means that they don't have to worry as much about, you know, leaving lanes unblocked. Kari pokes his nose out at just the wrong time. Chocopix surviving with, you know, fractional health. We got Flugstein up as a lurk. And it looks like we'll see YOLO Swaggins also up as a lurk. Shotguns are started as well, though. So Armor 1. Maybe it would have been better to have a little bit earlier, but, you know, there's only so much you can do when you have mines first. Brain's probably over there going, I hear some lurks. They have a nice pinch now. If he moves up, yeah, that's cutting off the retreat path there, so that way if they actually did win this engagement, they'd be able to take him out. But it looks like they're going to move back through, oh, no, never mind, they just decided they're going to kill that RT instead. But that would have been a really good position right there if they decided to retreat. And it looks like neither of them are going to retreat through that way. They're going to go through, Oxley. Bad timing for Brain, because guess what, the lurks are in there and there's a crag. So we got YOLO and Flugstein chomping after him, swarming him. But we got Knights over here in Oregon. He almost takes out Carrie, whatever. He takes him out right away almost. But he gets swarmed and destroyed. Phase gates are done, and we're starting on Weapons 1 now, it looks like. They could lead him into the mine, that would be really good damage. But with it parasited, that's going to be considerably harder. They take out Chocopix. Oh, and Kamak backs into the mine. I forgot about that mine, yeah. It was even parasited. Alright, so looking at the res graph, they had a pretty good start there for Swipeys right off the bat, and so far, all the res that RAWR has put down has stayed alive, so good for them on that aspect. We're seeing some pressure going into Oxy, because that's, of course, you know, one of the major things there. Weapons 1 will be done here in a moment, so that'll definitely help out. If they can stay alive! I see the power's been dropped there, so I don't know whether they're going to be going for an X gate or what. That isn't a standard one, but it's kind of close to Oxy, I guess, and I mean, that is where you'd normally be aiming for, but at this point, probably a gravity gate is going to be one of the better bets. Power is socketed everywhere. I don't know, maybe they're just trying to confuse me. Brain tries to get out of range of the spikes. But, well, so far, they're even on RTs, and at this point, RAWR is going to start pulling ahead. If Swipey's is not able to take down one of them. And just a swarm of skulks, and it feels like none of the bullets were landing there, even though they should have. Brain Freeze missing. Missing on Chocopix. Just need that bullet. Takes down him. But he... Oh, no, never mind. Lurk comes in, gets the team kill. He's gonna have to get out there. He's gonna end up being, you know, shot full of holes there. Alright, so we got Knights and Chicken over here. They've already primed the power in Skylights. And they put a lot of well, Chicken, why did you kill Knights? A little bit too happy on the friendly fire there, it looked like. Probably just landing that one last bullet. Shadow and Game Over both running in there. They're gonna run right into to Kari. Meanwhile, poor Chicken's all by himself. Shadow comes in here, he tries to get some shots onto the Lurk. Lurk is pretty low, but at this point, he's able to, you know, getting around the wall means that he's pretty much safe. Chocopix, still alive and jumping. And they've already dropped the other hive over there in Oasis. It's at 13% grown. Chicken has to like go through and run up on Chocopix to be able to try and save that RT, but we do have the gate up here in Gravity. And Flickstein's just being annoying. It was spiking it to death, I do believe. Or maybe one of them. Oh, it looks like it was probably one of them. But we have base blinking. Looks like that was one skulk in there. There's a bunch of mines in base. That's going to be really hard for them to go after. They could maybe put a couple mines around the obs if they really wanted to put out some more mines. But at this point with the lurks, it's going to be hard to keep the mines alive unless they set up lurk traps and, you know, kill the lurks. So they are up to weapon... Is that weapons 2? I can't freaking tell. That needs numbers instead of the little chevron gadgets. It's small. Flugstein fleeing the premises. Waste recycling is now done, so they are up to 2 full hives. Fades are up as well, so that means that Swipeys are really going to have to go and make sure that they're working together for this. They have 3 moving into Oxy, but the problem is they've also left the gate there in Gravity undefended. It is only a lurk, so if they have somebody with a shotgun, just jump through there and be like, "Hi, I have a shotgun." That may help, but here comes the comm gorge. Here comes the fades. Here comes everything. They just need to put a couple more shotgun pellets into things, but they do have the gate up, so now they actually have a very nice trio of gates up. The problem is they have a hive on each side. The aliens can come from anywhere. They don't have a tunnel up yet, though, so that's going to hurt things a little bit, and Yolo Swaggins looked like for a moment there he might have gotten caught on something. That'd be a deke. Did he accidentally hit enter? Alright. So they're still fighting Fates here. They really need, I think, another shotgun in that mess. But with 3 in here... Alright, here comes the lurk. Turn around. Put some bullets into that lurk. Alright, here comes another shotgun. Shadow really needs to go pick that up. Or just body block the Fade. That also will be acceptable. They body blocked the Fade and took him down. But taking a look at this, the problem with the phase gates, of course, is that, you know, it means that more of the map is going to be... I mean, just given the fact that they have the hives on both sides, even without the whole fact that they, you know, have 2 hives, there's still a huge chunk of the map. They may actually lose a Fade here. Stamp Violet goes... Stamp Voet. Oh, and that Flickstein also! Just a sudden... Lifeform Massacre Chocopix is also very low. He's actually low on energy as well, but he's able to dodge around. Somebody go through the gate. If they came through the gate, they'd be able to get him, no problem. Chicken Toast better turn around, because guess what? Okay. He's actually miraculously alive. They're going to go for Leap, though. They just need to figure out what the heck they're doing now from where they are. They have a fairly good position on the map. They got somebody recapping, or I thought they did. Thought I saw... Okay, never mind. I was just misreading the minimap. Okay, they have Swipey's Knights. God, I am not used to reading things with team names in front, apparently. They have Knights recapping, or maybe it's just not used to these team names, because of course they are all new teams. At least, I think so. Here we got Knights and Shadow moving in on Flugstein and Kari. Both shotguns, so they are going to hurt quite a bit. They have a Fade in base. Fade and a Skulk, no problem, whatever. And they're just right outside the second hive here. They need to figure out what they're doing, though. They have 5 RTs, so they need to decide if they're arcing or what. That needs to be the main decision made, and there's still a annoying lurk flying around there. They actually could run in there and try and cut him off, but at this point they have some skulks to worry about first. Weapons 2 finally going. And they just, as I said, they need to decide... Swipey's needs to decide what the heck they're doing. I mean, RAWR is sitting on 4 RTs. They have 2 hives, so it doesn't matter that they're cut down the middle of the map because they have a hive on each side. So they could assist down to EC right now. I mean, they have 64. They could drop a hive on EC. They could leave that RT. That would be one thing to do, is if you want to try and drop a somewhat sneaky hive, you leave the RT, let them get that res, and you get the hive up there. And presto, another hive. Oh, and Chocopix gets a little bit too brave there. He fights with Knights, and Knights ends up taking him down. But they have a lot of stuff in here. There's a Crag, there's stuff like that. And Knights is getting swarmed by Skulks right now, which have leap, so it makes them that much harder to hit. So he ends up going down there. But they lost a Fade, but they only lost 2 shotguns. And looking at the res there, I mean, that's not bad. Chicken can get a shotgun, everybody can get a shotgun. Shotguns for everyone, except for one dude. I think Shadow even saved one. Yeah, he saved one even. So that's really good. So they're gonna lose the gate there in gravity. Game over. Why'd you go through that gate? So all the life forms are now over here. Well, life forms. There's a couple lurks. We had YOLO re-lurk there, which definitely they needed something, especially since they've lost both their fades. But just a couple good shotgun blasts there will definitely hurt those fades. So Shadow needs to make sure he stays reloaded and lands his hits. I mean, he's getting swarmed by Skulks, so he is going to go down. They're going for an AA, so I mean, that isn't my preferred option. Okay, they are building a Robo too. So they're going for a little bit of both, maybe. But what they need to do is get another gate up somewhere. They need to either get another gravity gate back up, especially since, you know, there isn't anything there right now. Alright, they got the... Let's see what happens here to poor Chicken. He just gets trampled. Don't recap with the shotgun, guys. If you are a lone shotgunner, don't be a lone shotgunner. If you're recapping, just go with an LMG. You're a lot cheaper that way. So if something terrible happens, it's not the end of the world. We had game over there being obnoxious. He was getting a little bit of chip damage onto the spur that you could see from right around the corner. Come on, come on. Come on, Brain, you got this. And here comes a lurk. Zooming on in. If he's able to back up, he might be able to get there. Oh no! Oh, some mines taking out K-Mac. Game over. Pops back through the gate. Chases off the one lurk. And a mine almost takes out the other. So three Marines back into base. They have to decide what hive they're going to go after. Of course, with arcs, they're up to 1 now? I think it's just 1. Knights has a shotgun again. Did he lag out? I think he might have lagged out a little bit. Because he just came to a screeching... Alright, so he crashed. That would be what happened there. Okay, so... yeah, that got changed, what was it, the middle of Season 4? Did he still have... oh, he has res to go again. Okay, but we do have an Onos up. Rip in pieces. Rip in pieces, Flugstein. So he will be back here as soon as he, you know, stops being dead and stuff. AFK, whatever. Well, not really AFK, but away from game via crashing. Alright, so the fun thing about pause is that if you mouse over the thing again... oh, it didn't do it this time. What the hell? Game, why are you doing this to me? If you go back over the same place, it sometimes ends up going and redoing the sound over and over again. But apparently, it's gone. It won't do that right now. It doesn't like me. So, looking at where we are, it looks like we do have our Onus up. That'd be carry. Does have charge, so has a nice escape path going on there. And let's see, looking at this. It looks like Yellow Swaggins will be the next lurk, most likely. Or next lurk, the next Onos. That'll be the next Onos. And well, Flugstein was sitting at 20 res when his computer exploded or whatever happened to him. Looking at the graphs. So far, Average RTs for Swipeys has been sitting at about 4, but then again, so that has been the same case for RAWR. Looks like he's back on the server. Alright. Maybe. So I keep hitting all the wrong buttons today. Go, go, go. Alright, so we're gonna get right back into this. So -1 lurk, but it'll be okay, maybe. They only have 1 arc so far that I can see, so more arcs will probably be out here momentarily. They did go down to a little bit less. They went down to 3 RTs, and of course there's kind of this swarm of aliens making sure to bite all the back res. And, you know, trying to go after the RT there in, what's it, Gravity. We're sitting at 84 res. They might as well drop another hive. I mean, there's nothing stopping them. But it looks like they're first. Oh, YOLO Swaggins goes in there and didn't realize that Swipey. I keep saying that. Keep saying Swipeys instead of their actual name. But Knights had a shotgun, and I'm not sure he realized that until, you know, until YOLO Swaggins took a shotgun to the face. So they got 1 arc rolling in there. There's the 2nd arc finally created. It'll be rolling along as well. They're gonna start arcing stuff. It looks like right now. Flexstein's backup is a lurk. Really? Alright, we're gonna see another pause here. Sweet! I can make it do that. I can make the animation happen. Anyway, fun things about pauses. It's more fun with ragdolls because you can see the ragdoll go flying everywhere. Oh, and he re-lurked too. Oh, that's terrible. Oh, that's pretty bad that he re-lurked and then crashed again. I hope that I don't know what it would be that caused his issues there. Whether that's a zombie issue or an NS2 issue, hopefully that whatever it is, it, you know, stops happening. So we're gonna be here a little bit while he restarts. And hopefully it will not be too long. We shall see. So much for our, you know, very quick first game. Though then again, this is only sitting at 16 minutes, so that isn't too bad, all things considered. This is the first game that I've seen in today. Of course, you know, I only casted the one other match, and that was all alien ones. So this is the first game where it looks like Marines actually have a chance. And maybe it would have been better to go and get all 3 arcs built and then, you know, roll them all out together. But, you know, at least with the 1 arc out there at the moment, he can start working on stuff. And it looks like he can hit the hive. That's just so funny that it's working that way. Is it on delay? Yes, it is. Yeah, I'll tab him. Somebody's hitting buttons. Yes, the stream is on delay. It's 3 minutes. And let's see. What else do we get here? So they're just hitting buttons and I can make that sound happen a million times. 310. Okay, let's see. Let's take a look at the map. We shall go up here. Alright, so looking at the map right now, we can see that the only RTs that are currently being held by Swipeys are the ones that, you know, are at a phase gate, including the one in base. So basically, that means that though they are currently under attack, you know, RAWR kind of has run of the map at this point. They killed all the res, and it looks like they may be prepping over there in EC for another hive drop, which if we go and we look... Oh, gosh. Fine, make me close the map. Yeah, Crag, a shift. They're pretty much getting ready for, Okay, they're pretty much getting ready for another hive drop. So we will go... Alright, so they're getting ready for another hive drop. We got chicken recapping, so that'll get some of that res back. And I don't know, I think it might have... I don't know whether... who is connecting? Few players. Oh. Who's the one person connecting? Few players. Alright, so we got the last guy finally coming back in here. And hopefully we'll get back to rolling along here in a moment. Hopefully, maybe, possibly. But other than that, it looks like if they recap over on that side, it maybe would have been better to recap towards EC side. Just because then he'd run into the hive drop, which will probably happen here very shortly. I mean, they're at 96 res. They could also drop one in gravity, but at the moment, Shadow's in there, as you can see. So that would be bad unless they wanted to play, hey, look, a distraction hive. We totally want you to go here. We are totally not going to go kill your base right now. Oh, and we're gonna go. Is he reconnecting? It said he was reconnecting. Yep, there's the hive drop. I mean, if they want to be... It still says one connecting, though. So K-Mac is going to go try to get some parasites on that. But obviously with this wall there, it makes it really hard for anyone to do anything. But we got Kari up as the Onos. Being obnoxious, wasting some time. He could actually just go freaking kill Brain Freeze and start on the arcs there. We have base blinking. 2 skulks going down. Calm jumped out of the chair, which of course is, you know, somewhat dangerous. And they're just gonna wait on the arcs. I mean, really, if Swipey's could have paused for them, I'm not quite sure where it is. Oh, they're actually going for HMGs. So this is definitely the safer strat at this point. They could use the HMG to take down the Onos and any life forms that happen to reappear. I mean, while the arcs just work on the buildings, especially with this wall here, that makes it really easy for them to be able to, you know, just melt the hive. Gotta get another scan in there. The skull getting melted. Meanwhile, poor Kari's like on the wrong side of things. He is gonna have a duel there with Brain Freeze. Just another gore. But Pipeworks has gone down, so they are down 1 hive and a bunch of upgrades. The problem is now Kari's been in there for too long. He has to charge to get down the hallway, and that is a really long hallway. He has to take a quick turn and go hide. He really should just go hide by the hide by the hive. What have we got blinking down here? Where is the last guy? It still says connecting. So I don't know whether that means that my menu's like glitched out or whatnot, but it did show the guy there in the list. So the shells also did not get echoed out. That would have been something smart to do right before the hive went down, would be to echo out everything or to like replace all the upgrades. So you got Stamp turning into a Fade again. Okay, they do have a couple of the upgrades here, it looks like. But not all of them. Alright, Flug's back. So he can go join the team and... Alright, they got him alive again. And the game glitches out because suddenly he's alive again. Because we got Yellow Swaggins showing up as a Ono soon. So they will have 2 Oni. But we got Brain Freeze over there as an HMG, so that'll definitely hurt quite a bit when they run in there. Oh, was that just a... That was an HMG that went down. Alright, so they are going to lose the gate there in, at least I think that's an HMG. Is that an HMG? Where's the thing? Ah! That's... Oh, I give up. I think it freaking died anyway. I just wanted to look to see if that was an HMG. Or something. It looked weird. Alright, so we got some issues going on here called 2 Oni and a Fade. Oh, but the Onos are going to be blocked in now. Where's your HMGs? Alright, you see the other gate position over there in Skylight? Well, I guess it's okay, because there's the other hive there. I forgot about that. If the hive wasn't there, that'd be a really bad gate. They're really trying to get that gate down. But at this point, here comes a shotgun. They're going to lose at least one of these Oni, because Kari is just, like, trapped in there. He's going to go down. So one Ono's down, and Shadow's through there with an HMG. Looking back at this, we can see the hive. It's at 79% ground. Chicken Toast is in there. There is a Crag, so they might as well go melt down the Crag first. Hey, guys, see this thing over here? Shoot it. Because that's going to drag on that whole fight for, like, a million years. Where are the Arcs? Did the Arcs die horribly? I don't remember. Oh, Gravity Hive. So, it's pretty hive-tacular right now. Oh, that Fade is so hurt, too. If he comes through this area, he's gonna just get annihilated. EC has gone down. We got an HMG working on Yolo Swaggins, and he does get picked off down the hallway. Tries to reload. Just reloads his pistol there, and now Shadow will be able to go back through. Poor Stamp is just like trapped in this room. They hear him. Because nobody's back at the other gate, there isn't anything they can do about it. I mean, I guess they could run back, but... So they have lost all their higher life forms. Chocopix and Stamp Violet down there guarding the new hive. There's nothing on it, so they don't hear it. But they can see how much infestation is down there. They know that something suspicious has to be going on. At this point, it may be worth, you know... Well, they're only at 11 res in the bank. But 114 for RAWR. So Brain picks up the HMG. Base is blinking. We got a bunch of stuff in base. Drop another chair. Drop another chair somewhere. EC, make it happen. Jazzy really needs to... Okay. Beacon will work too. That was a really delayed beacon. Oh, I guess they weren't... That's right. They were at 11 res or something when that whole thing, shebang, started. This is going to be a bit before they're able to go through and get those gates back out, but they're going to lose the gate up there in... What's it? Okay, they're just going to recycle everything. Like, hey, can we get this gate? Nope. Those poor Arcs, though. They should just start wheeling them towards Gravity, because might as well. So they lost the Arcs. So this is a good time to go recap if they don't find that hive. But it looks like they're going to find the hive. Shadow, you shouldn't be standing under the hive. Brain Freeze has got the right idea here. He's standing in a good position in the room just because he's so far away from everything. But the problem is he's also really far away from Shadow, who is not helping by being really far away. Here comes Stamp with the HMG. I don't think it was reloaded. And so he goes down. So it does get cycled. Yeah, the outlines aren't the right color. So that was probably an HMG that they lost in there. Was it an... Yeah, it was an HMG. Okay, ZZ's got this. So Chicken's out there by himself with an HMG. If you're with an expensive weapon of some variety, don't be alone. So somebody go back up Chicken, please. Chicken's just like all by his lonesome. Okay, they got a drifter on that hive now. And they really need a recap at this point. They're down to 3 RTs. They got 2 shotgunners that are zooming on into Oxy. So they're gonna be, I'm assuming, trying to get that gate back up. Don't stand behind the hive, guys. That's another one of those things how, like, in one of the last games I casted, they put one of the teams put a gate in a really bad position because you couldn't, like, navigate. And the problem with hives is they also, you know, it's like checking for hives. And when you check for hives, you generally end up dropping a med pack on them. And you can't med as easily when there's this giant, you know, eyeball thing on top of your Marines. It'd be one thing if they were standing like right next to it on this side because it's easier to med, but behind the hive is really hard. I mean, you have to really, like, put the camera on the north side of it. It's just dangerous. It's way better to stand back in this half of the room and just shoot from a distance. It also makes it harder for them to do anything. But we got this giant massacre going on up here in Oxy. Mine's exploding. They almost take out one of the Fades, but there's 3 Skulks still left alive. Oh, now make that 1 Skulk still left alive. That was a bit of a delayed mine right there. We got 2 running in to save it. Take down one of the Skulks, and now they're going to go... They actually saved the gate at like 11% there, and there's going to be a bunch of shotguns there as well, so that's really good for them. They're down to 1 hive, and RAWR's at 174 res. Hives everywhere. Just like a million of them. Game Over's pushing forward towards the hive. They only have Skulks at this point and one Fade. Looking at the res, they are going to be up for almost another Onos. Chocopix is almost up to another Onos. And they could get another Fade or something too, but at this point it's like, it's just a weird round. And this is the longest round, and Flickstein's, you know, crashing and stuff didn't help at all either, because that's, you know, 40 res down the drain right there for him. Well, minus upgrades, there's that too. Alright, Brain Freeze clears that up, so they are going to hold on to Oxy for now. They're up to 70 res. If I was them, I would go and just drop comm chairs everywhere and like tap them with a welder so that they don't have to worry about it. And then build some more arcs, you know, roll them on in. And cut the damn sys chain and clear that up and everywhere. Stuff. Flickstein, back up as a lurk. Speaking of people who lost res. Alright. So he's gonna try and get some spikes onto Shadow, but Shadow has a shotgun, so he can't really bite him unless he wants to risk losing another lurk. Brain Freeze is coming out to help. Thankfully for Flugstein, Shadow wasn't reloaded at the time. Armor 2 has finally started. They've been doing all this with Armor 1, and they finally have shot up to 8 RTs. If we look at the res graph, you can see that they went from, like, you know, this good pressured to suddenly the giant alien massacre, where suddenly they're just like, hey, look, we can cap the whole map. And they got a nice forward gate here. This is another great aggressive gate position over here in security. It's maybe not as good at this point as it might have been over in, what's it? Oh, no, they got another sneaky hive. But I assume if they're dropping the hive over here that they probably know that there's another hive over there in EC. But then again, they haven't dropped one in pipeline yet either. So they're trying really hard to try and hold on to this. And Choka picks up as an Onus. They do have the Gorge, which is the K-Mac. Game over there, losing the duel to Yellow Swaggins, but he runs into Chicken Toast, who has an HMG. HMG's now... Whoa, Flugstein, what happened? Where is that? Oh, there's his corpse. Okay, so he went towards the gate. Cat Pack's Armor 2 going. Both almost done. I don't know if they've necessarily seen this little disaster over here, but if they're able to go through and kill a bunch of... They have a GL now. They just better watch out they don't accidentally kill... Oh, wow! Chocopix just gets annihilated. Cat Packs, everything. They're just gonna try and melt that hive. The one over in EC is almost grown. It is grown now. They have approximately like 10 seconds to drop all their stuff and elsewhere on the map. They do have the comm chair tapped in EC. They did clear that and they're like, wait, where's the other hive? Drop another chair up there in EC so they don't end up with this giant freaking ring around the rosy. Come on, who has the GL? Whoever has the GL should just rip the oh gosh. They're gonna beacon back. Not necessarily necessary, but they're gonna do it anyway. Because there was just a fade in there at that point. They can all heal up and get different weapons if they so are inclined. But wow, this is an interesting game. They still have one shell left and 3 spurs, but that's because the infestation hasn't died yet. It will start dying here, I think, unless they have a cyst chain connected somewhere. I don't know why those cysts are still alive. They shouldn't be, because I don't... Okay, there we go. I finally realized it. Hey, look, they found a hive. Look, it's a hive, guys! They have 129 res, so... And they drop a new hive. They didn't finish clearing out that, room. I mean, that... So now they need to rescan over there in, what's it, Waste, and realize that, because that... They didn't finish clearing... They still have all the upgrades. If they were beaking out just because the hive was dead, don't do it! Clear the room, clear the upgrades. Because at this point, they still have their upgrades. They still have another hive drop there. I mean, yes, if they clear that, then it won't be much of an issue. At this point, they still have 3 aliens alive. 4 aliens alive again. But just like, they have that other hive dropped, and the Gorge is alive. That is the main problem. They still have a Gorge. So RAWR is like determined to fight this out. They have 93 res. They don't have anybody in the hive. Okay, never mind. They have Yellow Swagons in the hive. And now they're like, what the heck? Freaking drop some chairs. At this point, oh, they're gonna GG. Okay, so I think that's maybe a bad habit of Jazzy's. Is he kills the hive and then he beacons everyone back. So that may be just a bad habit of his, which he probably will have to get out of. Again, if you're beaconing people out of the hive after you kill it, that's because your marines are under attack, and you need to like get them out before you lose all your stuff. If there's nothing in the room and nothing else of yours is under attack except for maybe a fade, then guess what? You don't really need to back out. You just need to like be like, hey guys, send one person back so we can, save the base or whatever. And then it shouldn't be that big of a deal. But the fact that they still have the upgrades there and everything, not good. I mean, you want those aliens to be as squishy as humanly possible, right? But on the other hand, I think that they could have done the whole like sneaky hive thing a lot easier, a lot earlier, which I think would have been a lot more successful for RAWR. That's one of my favorite things to do, really, is, if you're having a sort of a meh game where it feels like you're trapped, like they kind of were at the top half of the base, especially since there was that gate in Oxy for so long, where if you feel like you're trapped somewhere, to not take down the RT and to just go and drop a hive there. And see how long it takes for the Marines to notice. This is especially the case in Tram, where if you end up with Marines on the north spawn and the aliens on the south spawn and it feels like you're really trapped, maybe you're trapped in EC, but you don't feel comfortable putting a hive there because they have a gate and in hub, you know, maybe see if you could sneakily, ask your, this is one thing and end up doing as a call. Ask your team, hey guys, I want parasites on everyone because I want to see if I could drop a sneaky hive, and then you drop a sneaky hive over in server and tell people you are not allowed to go to server. You are not allowed to bite that RT. You aren't even really, if you could avoid going to Mez or platform, that's also, ideal. Because you don't want people going to that chunk of the map. And if they don't go to that chunk of the map, because there's no reason for them to go to that chunk of the map, hey, guess what? You might end up with a full hive there in, however long it takes to run. Especially if you can, like, weasel a drifter up there. Or, a gorge tunnel or something. And I think that's always fun to do. And I think they could have done that earlier on in the match. Especially since it looked like EC was, it looked like EC wasn't harassed very much. Anyway, they're being silly. So anyway, now we're on Descent. Descent is strange. I'm not particularly fond of the map. It's weird. It theoretically should play sort of like Summit. I mean, it's like, it's not the perfect nice little pinwheel that Summit is, but it's like kind of similar. It's like a mutated Summit that's like twice as big or something. I don't know exactly how big it is size-wise. But like, it feels like it's a, freaking huge map. You almost always want to get phase gates relatively fast as Marines, so that way you can make sure that you're able to cross the map. But getting them instantaneously isn't exactly good because you're running into the ongoing issue of if you get early phase tech, then it can be punished really hard because you have to spend so much time defending your phase gates instead of, getting res and pressuring the alien res. So it's kind of hit or miss in that aspect. But it's just a giant thing. This is another good shade map. Both of these maps are okay with shade. I mean, you'd see that a lot both last season when Narcolepsy Light was playing, or when they were Sweetie and the Bots, or whatever the heck. That whole like chunk of time right there, they would go shade on both of these maps with relative frequencies, so that way they could go around and sneak, be sneaky. And part of it is because of the part of it is because the oh, what's it? What am I saying? Part of it, yeah, part of it is because like Descent especially is not played that often. People don't like Descent really, but it's just, I mean, if you're able to be sneaky, it definitely helps out to have shade. And you just go and you lock down another location on the map fairly quickly, whether it be, from these spawns. Probably monorail would be the one that would be preferred, rather than launch control, because it's so easy to have everything get cut in gravity. But then again, observation is also really obnoxious. I mean, there's so many rooms in this map that just seem, I don't know, like, they're so easy to mess with as either side. So it looks like we're pretty much ready to go here, I think. Or at least they're ready to go. Waiting on RAWR to get going here. I think that the roster is pretty much the same. Yeah, I see in chat people comment, the one guy commenting about the beacons. You still need to clean up the room there so they can't really come back on that as much. I mean, there was just a fade and like that kind of thing. Anyway, we are going to see horizontal spawns. So I remember to turn off my overlay. So moving into round 3 here, horizontal spawns generally ends up meaning mines. So they are going to drop that and they're going to have Stamp build that, get another IP. Better get those naturals dropped, which they're going to do. So that's all ready to go there. And we're seeing a bunch of skulks cruising out across the map. Oh no. Is this another base rush from Swipey's? They pulling that we don't really want to play this map, but we have to kind of thing, where they're just being sneaky McSneaky. But Stamp is over there. I don't know if you can necessarily see that well. Ah, why did I spawn down there? No, there's a wall in the way. You can't see it. Alright, so he better get some really good mine placement, because here comes the Zerg. The Skulk Pack is zooming right in. One Skulk off right away. Kimrak out of the chair. Oh, nice mine taking out 3. So it's all just game over left. So some very good mines there. Oh, come on, you can do it. Oh, he goes down to game over. They were both so low. Just couldn't land that last bullet. Alright. So they're like attempting to try and get the base rush there. Get a little bit of cheese there. Here comes Shadow and Knights. They're trying to take out Flugstone. That poor extra. Oh, no. Oh, he takes it out with an axe. Actually, Flugstone also took out Shadow with an axe, so axe doing double duty there. So that's an expensive little opening. But then again, it was expensive for both teams. So in that sense, it maybe zeroed out a little bit. But at this point, since like all of Swipey's died, it's definitely more advantageous for RAWR at this point because they're, farther out across the map. And they can get another set of mines down, or at least no, they haven't yet. So I'm assuming somebody will put down another set of mines at some point. And we'll see what happens here. We have a group going into Plaza, which is... And here comes Flexstein. He's going to get caught in this little corner here, and he's probably going to go down. Lots of medpacks landing, but he isn't able to clear either of them. Plaza is generally seen as a more open and, marine-friendly room, but it's still pretty hard to fight in all things considered. I mean, there are just enough walls to make it annoying for both teams. Oh, ZZ likes Descent. Oh, well, at least somebody does. I don't. Alright, we got Flexstein running over there. He's maybe. He'll maybe be able to save this. Yep, okay, especially since Shadow just backed off. Flexstein will be okay there. I see more stuff blinking. That'll be another Skulk on an RT. Swagons and Chocopix moving back to try and clear him out. Chocopix rushes him, ends up clearing him. Chicken Toast still alive, but he's gonna take out Chocopix and they'll be able to take down that RT because there's nobody else nearby. Shadow and Flugstone having a standoff. Armor 1 going. They have another set of mines in base because I see some people creeping over there. Yep, a couple more mines out there, one on everything except for the arm slab. They're just thinking about it, I think. Another mine just left there, right for Chicken Toast. Shadow, you gonna get this? Another mine dropped. Oh, and Swagons able to take him out. Alright, so a moment of quiet here, except for up top where we got game over. Looks like Knights was just up there dying horribly. So Kari versus game over. Game over barely gets his upgrade right there. He actually went for a regen, which is pretty smart because it means he can drag out this engagement if he's able to survive. If he's able to hide behind the desk and that kind of thing to be able to get the regen going. Of course, in comp mod, there is a bit of a delay for combat before the regen starts ticking again. I think it's like, what, 4 seconds or something? 3 or 4 seconds? I don't remember. I'm a comm. I sit in a box and drop med packs. Alright, so Fluxstein's over there. Shotguns are up. We have Chicken Toast and Knights both up as lurks. And they're flapping around the top half of the map, it looks like. I was just waiting for this like little standoff to happen, and it's not. So let's go check out up here in Fabrication, where we got Knights just going in and just landing to take out Stamp. However, he almost dies there. Good thing that there wasn't any, you know, friendly fire to be annoying there, because he might have actually taken out his buddy. However, Chocopix is moving in there, and this is Chicken's like one chance to go over and... Oh no, he's not going to bother. He's just going to wait around for somebody else to show up. Come on, these standoffs keep like setting up and then not happening. We got game over already at half health, but we got Chicken just kind of spiking from a distance, which is probably the better choice at this point. Alright, there he goes. They got separated around this corner. The danger of being separated, it means that you can't save your buddy, no matter who they are. So definitely keep that in mind if you're, you know, playing at all and you aren't used to, you know, you're just kind of YOLO solo off by yourself. Make sure to stay with a friend, even if that friend doesn't realize what you're doing, because there's, you know, half a chance that maybe he could shoot the skulk off of you, or the lurk, or whatever. And we have Knights hiding up in a corner there, just hoping somebody will come around the corner, but he better watch out because Chocopix has a shotgun. Alright, the shotguns are now out on the field, so they have been called. We have weapons 1 going. And here comes the lurk swarm going after poor Stamp. And he is going to get spiked to death there by Chicken Toast. Yellow Swaggin's just kind of creeping along here. There isn't really much of anything for him to kill, though. I mean, it looks like at this point, if they're going to lock down another hive, at this point it's looking slightly more favorable for Fabrication or even Hydro. I mean, they have a bunch of cred now growing in Hydro. I mean, it's ideal in the one sense that it's in the middle of the map, but it's also bad in the sense that it's in the middle of the map, because it means they can get there in a bunch of different ways. And I believe you can also, like, arc from, like, right here or something. I'm not 100% sure anymore, because it's been a while. But there's some place where you can arc from a really obnoxious place, or at least you could start arcing from there. And there's just a lot of nice little corridors that make it so that there's a wall between you and the arcs if you're an alien. Obs completed, so now it's not so big, between that and the mines, it's not so big of a deal now if RAWR really pressures out across the map. Oops. But the problem here is this versus this. There's kind of a bit of a disparity there that is not good to have. And they really need to, really need to make sure that they're trying to do something, but I think they might have just had a really bad start or something. I mean, that whole initial pressure into base, of course, it wasn't good for Swipey's, but at the same time, the initial mindset means that they didn't get that defense there. With the lurks coming out, I mean, let's take a look at the kills real quick. Yeah, it's like there was that initial kill where all the skulks died, and then it just sort of slackened off a little bit. Okay, so let's see what's going on here. They're going to try and weld that back up. Hydra has been dropped, so they're going to just say screw it to having it on one of the tech points on the outside of the map. It's just going to be the inside that is going to get all the love and attention this time around. Chicken Toast wisely deciding not to go into this giant mess. And we got Fades up. Game over, going in there, getting a swipe onto Stamp. That is going to be a shotgun down up there in Plaza. It's not looking so good. Chicken Toast hiding behind a wall, waiting to see if there's anything he can do, but at this point it's probably better he just go elsewhere, because at this point, I mean, it's 3 Marines. You're gonna lose that RT. It's just gonna happen. It is like, like freaking, what's the word? Circle of life, kind of, I guess. But the 3 at the bottom of the map are now split up. This is perfect for Brain Freeze. He can just pick off the first one. Now you can hit Matab, go in on the next one, quick, before they group up. No, he waited a little too long. Because that would have been perfect. I mean, because it was like 1 here, 1 here, 1 here or something. That would have been perfect. If you go in there, you land all your swipes. It's like 3 Marines down by yourself. So pro. But on the other hand, at least they grouped up now, so now they have half a chance. But the only problem is so are the aliens. So Chocopix gets picked off and Fluxstein's going to be next. And they're just going to call it at this point, which is probably the right call. They're down to 1 RT. They just got out of control there. This is a hard map. I mean, it's not a usual one. You can't just learn it from pubbing because, well, pubs are ridiculous and the horizontal spawns not exactly favoring to Marines. I mean, because that means, as I said, you pretty much have to get mines unless you are really damn good. And even then, you still might get mines. All right, so let's look at the time here. We have plenty of time for the next round, so that's always good. So this will be coming up on the last round now. So get everybody in here. So Swipey's sitting at 3 now, with a very decisive alien win. But I know that their alien game is a lot stronger than their Marine game. Since we didn't get to see that that difference on Zombie because they won off the base rush, well, I think it might be more obvious now. So we'll have to see how well they do as Marines. I mean, as I said, if they end up with these spawns, that, as I said, doesn't pretty much mean that you almost always go for mines. It's just too dangerous to have that base rush vent unguarded. I mean, especially if they ended up over here in launch control. I, for some reason, was going to call it flight. I think that's the whole, like, me saying it's kind of like a mutated summit, you know, coming through here. But, but yeah, it's like, this vent is just so evil. It is a very evil vent, which you do not want to have as your friend. So I see, just taking a look here. We'll have to see how RAWR ends up doing as their aliens. I mean, their zombie round, it wasn't too bad, but just they ended up with, you know, Marines sitting in Oxy forever, which is not good. It did take them a while to get there, which was definitely to their advantage, but just, it's easy to end up messed up on that map, just like it is on Veiled, but just not as, you know, hardcore. I mean, Oxy is just such a key room on that map. It's so important for them to be able to hold that, especially if they're planning on just expanding across the top half of the map, which is, you know, 90% of the time that's what you're doing. You aren't usually expanding down to what's it? EC. That one. You aren't normally expanding down that way unless you have to, because just it's so much better to make sure that you have control of Oxy on that map, to make sure that you aren't going to end up with Marines walking into your main hive. But, you know, so it goes. Here, I don't know, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a Gorge. Just because, well, Gorges are kind of handy. We'll see what happens on that one. Still need to wait for both of them to ready up here. Take a look at that. Okay. Checking something. All right. All right. But yeah, as they're mentioning, yeah, it's kind of a long day. I mean, these things that have these 3 sets of matches, which I said earlier between one of the breaks, you know, they're long. I mean, whether it be a draft tournament or, you know, this setup tournament, I have no idea how Schwa's tournament is going to be set up. But, like, just the whole thing it's long when you have to play more than, you know, one set of 4 matches. Or even, you know, one best of 5. I mean, at least when it's like a best of 5, best of 7, best of whatever, you know, it feels like it's less crazy drawn out, I think, partially because, it is, you know, it's all versus one team. There isn't like a specific downtime between the maps or anything. Unless it was, you know, some crazy match. I think that was it oh gosh, when was that? Was that leading up to the WC or was that at the WC? I don't remember. It was some crazy match that was like, was it Titus versus Snails and it was like all 7 rounds or something? I don't remember. I just remember it being some hideously long match and it was like 3 or 4 hours or something. Or was it longer? I don't remember, other than it was a crazy long match. In the last couple of seasons-ish period of time. Oh well, if somebody can remember that, it wasn't at the WC, it was leading up to it or after it. I don't remember. Somebody can remember that and like, so I can go look it up later to figure out when that crazy match was, let me know. Maybe it was season 4. It was season 4 finals. 4th time's a charm. Alright, so did we have it ready up? Alright, we're waiting on Swipey, so I'm assuming that somebody went AFK or something, so they're waiting on them to return. But it's not really a huge rush. At least I wouldn't think it would be. Again, if you're part of one of these teams, or a Division 4 team that is maybe not playing in this because, you know, you've been around a season or whatever, you can always go check out on the NSL forums. There's a link to the tournament that Schwa is running called the Divisional, which is, it's going to be per division. So the first division that's running is Div 4. So you can go participate in that if you so wish. Go check out the details. And of course, coming up in the next couple weeks will be the start of Season 6 at NSL. So that's another fun thing. You had fun with this? Well, maybe you should go and join up in Season 6 and play along for that. A lot less compact schedule-wise. We're going to get going here into the final round of Swipey's Walkerfades versus RAWR, with RAWR starting as the aliens again over here in launch control. So that spawn just really likes them. And they are going to go for an armory starting out over here in the Swipey's base. Pretty normal split, no gorge, so I don't know. It could have been a 50-50 chance depending on what they were planning. And it always seems to be, what are we going to see here? We're going to see some initial combat. Stamp and Chocopix just hanging out. Brain just in the corner. Knight's on possibly the wrong area to be able to defend for that. And he moves in. Knights moves in, try and defend. He's... Maybe, is he? Okay, he does take down Chocopix, but guess what? Stamp is able to clear him out. Game's running back as fast as he can to save that RT. And here comes K-Mac out of the hive. They get take down him, but K-Mac's able to clear that, and they're going to be able to go after that RT. Meanwhile, we got Yellow Flex, and I was wondering if they were going to base, because I saw that right after the off the bat, but looks like that's not going to be the case. We are going to see early phase gates from Swipey's. So that'll make it harder for them to cap, but maybe it'll give them the foothold they need to win? Who knows? We shall find out. Shadow getting swarmed there. He ends up getting taken out, and that RT is also history. And it should be really easy for Curry and Chocopix to just zoom in on poor Chicken and take him out. Oh, they're actually going for the power as well. So no mines, but they went for phase gates. Interesting. So they should be able to recap that, and now at this point they pulled, what, 4 people to the bottom part of the map? 3? 3 people to the bottom part of the map. It's going to make it also hard for them to be able to, you know, take care of the top half of the map. And Shadow and Chicken, I think, went in there one by one. Not good. Very good for RAWR, because it means that they could be able to take him out here. I mean, there's still 2 bites and a parasite. Come on, just a parasite. Parasite him. Or something. Oh, no, never mind. He got meta. Alright, so we got Yolo Swaggins creeping along. He's seeing, I think, if anybody's over there, but there isn't anyone. They're finally choosing to go shift hive. They're just losing a bunch of RTs there. They do have the gate up here in Hydra, but they don't have the one up in base yet. It looks like Chicken's on that. This isn't exactly the best room to build stuff in anyway. It's a really hard room to try and set up like a good position of stuff for as Marine Comm. It just feels like it's really awkward and the pillars are all in the places where you'd want to put things. So he has to deal with that. Anyway, here comes Shadow. He hears the skulks. But there are 3 of them, not just 2. Not just 1. And he's going to get swarmed here. He's going to take down one of them, but he's going to get chomped on. He's going to take down K-Mac, but he's going to get taken down by Carrie. Carrie, however the heck the name is said. Stamp getting taken down as well. Alright, we got 2 skulks sitting over there. Game over spotted him. He gets a lot of damage in the one, and it looks like Shadow should be able to take out Chocopix. Nope, Chocopix is into the vent. So it looks like Carrie's on top. No, he's on the ground. Shadow's gonna be able to take this. Nope, Shadow, game over. One of you guys, you got this? Okay, they got this. Flugstein also going down up there in Silo. But if you look at the graphs, I mean, okay, they are getting some more res up finally. But it should be easy for them to, you know, put a lot of pressure onto the Marine RTs and just keep that pressure up. I mean, especially on the north half of the map right now. I mean, you have two down at the bottom. I mean, that's the whole reason that parasites are just so key. I mean, I know that there've been some, but it'd be better to really try and focus on getting more parasites out on the map here, so that way that RAWR can be able to know, hey, there are like 3 on the bottom half of the map. Okay, there's like 2, but you know, another couple are kind of near Hydro, so go kill energy. But we got Lurks up. We got Yellow Swaggins, we got Flexstein up as Lurks, and hopefully this time there will be no crashing involved, except for maybe into walls. Brain is just camping out guarding the gates. It looks like Game Over's trying to figure out what to do here. Shadow's building. And they've only got one Skulk just kind of messing around over there, so it shouldn't be that big of a deal. But they have one respawner, so at this point it maybe would be a good call for Brain Freeze to wander over it that way. Ah, never mind. Chicken Toast is already there. But if RAWR keeps up the pressure on the Marine RTs, it's going to be really hard for them to upgrade. By the time that they get their fades up, guess what? They might still be on, you know, weapons 1 or something. So at this point, well, they are still sitting at 4 RTs. They have 29 in the bank. I don't know if they even have the arm slab built. We'll take a quick look here. After they pick off that poor Skulk. Chocopic's working on an RT. Taking a look at the base, you can see the arm slab is there. And hey, look, they're starting on armor 1. So prioritizing just melting the RTs is probably the best for a little bit of time here while they try and secure a good chunk of the map. I mean, look, there's nothing in E-flow right now, so you can assist over there and do all kinds of cool things. That gate just goes up in time to get chopped. And then they could take down the power as well. And that's actually really good for them. They just let the CAW meet the power. You guys go kill things, do lurk business. Getting a lot of shots into Yellow Swaggins right there. Chocopic's just kind of hanging out a little bit. Not entirely sure if he wants to go in on it, but he did get the parasite. He's able to get up in the little vent and hang out. Armor 1 almost done now. They're up to 5 RTs. They need to get a Skulk through the lines and just take out observation, so they have to go back and take care of that. But it looks like they're going to take down E-flow, no problem. And just SRT right here, it's at half health. Well, okay, it's at 40%. But just sending somebody back there would probably be a really good call there from RAWR if they could get that up. And they didn't take the power down? I thought they saw him start on it, but it looks like they didn't take the power down there in gravity. That's bad, unless they, you know, went through and rebuilt it real quick. Oh, wow, and Yellow Swaggins just gets melted. And so, oh, both Lurks just getting destroyed. They fly in there thinking, oh yeah, this should be good. But remember, yeah, let's take a look there. It's a shooting gallery. It's a hallway. Yeah, sure, you can duck through the hall, or duck through the little hole in the wall. But it's going to be hard for them to be able to do much of anything there. It's... I mean, at least they seem to be having reasonable humor about it. But this time, since they lost their Lurks, it's almost Phaedrus, though. It's not, you know, the end of the world quite yet. But they really need to melt that res. It needs to just evaporate. There needs to be no res except for what's on their phase gates. Then they just need to leave it there. I mean, in this aspect, it's looking kind of familiar, but at this point, at least they chose to go for a gate down here in gravity, because it means that... Oh, wait, never mind. They just found that. They just found the poor Gorge. Run away, little Gorgie. They found the hive, so that's suddenly going to become a lot more important. Alright, again, fighting around a hive, not always the best thing. Hives sometimes eat med packs. They think they're tasty. But they just better not lose the Gorge either. Oh no! It's not looking too good. He got caught up over by the little doohickey. The wall by the thing. The information desk. But that hive it's at 85% grown too. They really need to make sure that they're able to go back and get that. They need to call the entire team and just clear it. And it looks like that's what they're doing. They're going to call everyone back, save the hive. The fact that Crag is still there is definitely helping. I'm pretty sure it's well within range, so It should be okay. Just get a drifter on it, and you know, it's not the end of the world quite yet. Maybe take out the power there in E-flow to be annoying. But it looks like they are on some of the back res now. And it's, let's see, it's at fade res, so get that biomass up, get them metabolized for the fades. Make it happen. Shotgun started. We're having a standoff down in observation between Chicken Toast and Stamp. But we have two Marines walking into the hive. The hive is at 95% grown, 96. It's so close that, why wasn't the drifter on the hive? That could have been built by now. Oh, they're realizing to focus down the crag. The crag is down now, and now the drifter's going to be down too, but the hive is almost done. And there are 3 Marines in that hive, and they just need to figure out what the heck they're doing. It looks like they're going to go after the main base, and they're actually going to get beaconed back before the hive goes down. So Fab is done, and they really need to get that crag up there, because that's going to become kind of an issue. So a good call from there. It looks like they got a little bit of damage on the phase gate, and, you know, panic sets in, and you beacon everyone back. So I think that was all the... Where's the ops? The ops is over here. That's the ops, right? Working on the gate now. Gotta get off the gate and get that Marine when it's only skulks around. Where's the fades? Come on, guys. Chop, chop. Make it with the pointy arms. This is one of the cases you do not want to be late on. When you're this far back, you don't want to be late with your Marines. It's bad. Oh no. Here comes the Marines again, going after that. Where are their fades? They probably... Okay, are they building a crag? I think that's a crag. There's a drifter sitting on it. Where are the fades? Fades, please. You are now 7 res late for fades. Please. Become a pointy-armed monster. They did take out the gate there in gravity, of course, which they are now rebuilding. And there's just a bunch of cysts down there in gravity being obnoxious. But come on. Okay, we got some fades going. Huzzah! Finally! Roic, they have spurs. Unless they all magically built at the same time between when you said spurs please and when you just said that. Or 3 minutes later. Because they've had spurs. They just need to watch out because Stamp's already pretty low. Finally getting metabolized, and they really need to get those shells down as well. Obviously not dropping them up here because, well, that's scary. Alright, so they got another RT down. Question is it too little, too late? Stamp better watch out. Because they're coming back in. Stamp takes a couple swats over at him. Doesn't get hit. Scan's going down. Kari's alive again, too. Chocopix goes for the brave entry and just zooms through them all. Stamp's coming up from behind. He might actually be able to pick off one of them, except for he needs to be really careful. I keep reading his name as Stamp Violet. I'm an artist, what can I say? It's more... My brain is filling it in with a color. Alright, so they have metabolized, they have 2 shells up. But they also are, you know, not exactly making the greatest progress. They're up to 6 RTs again for the Marines. Need to get somebody through here. Let's see. Oh, they got Yellow Swagons working on that. Brain Freeze pops through, Chicken pops through. So that pulls 2 of the Marines back that, you know, otherwise could be messing around up there. As long as they're able to hold on, I mean, problem is of course they're, you know, they're gonna get, oh, they have another arm slab too. Oh, never mind, they canceled it? Or did it finish? Oh, they canceled it and started weapons instead. Which is probably the right call. I mean, they have shotguns and, yeah, probably just better to go with that. With the upgrades here, I would disagree with. I'd put them over with the other hive, but, you know, your choice, whatever. They are working on res, so we see a lot of stuff blinking, so that's gonna pull at least one guy back, and they're actually forced back into E-flow. More biomass going. On both hives. Brain freeze, building an arc factory. They're gonna go for the safe ending here. I swear I just heard somebody. So I guess somebody hit the wrong button. Alright, here comes the swarm of fades. They end up going out different directions, but neither of them particularly hurt. Just, you know, inconveniently on the wrong side of the map, but he maybe will take out Chicken. Oh wait, Chicken has a shotgun. One more swipe. Oh, he barely takes that. He needs to go hide. He is on the wrong side of the map to be that hurt. I guess he can go through, this little area. Whatever the heck it's called. It won't be so bad. Alright, so the arc factory has been started. Alright, it looks like Chocopix was coming through there to try and escort his buddy. They take out one of the Marines. We're seeing stuff blinking over there in Hydro, though. It looks like that was Skulk committing suicide on a mine or two, I think. Arcs are done. They're going for Armor 2. Watch out, Stamp. He gets really low, but he's able to get out around the wall, and he'll be fine. So they've taken down quite a few of the RTs there, but the problem is they've also lost one. They lost Plaza, so they need to go and recap that ASAP. They cannot just let that sit there. They have 32 res, so they need to be assisting them. They need to be trying to take advantage of whatever they want if they have any hope to survive. I mean, they're up to... Oh, they're at Onos res, so they can get an Onos now. So Kari gets to go be an Onos now that he's dead. Looks like he poked at their base. And they can have a lurk, re-lurk to spike at stuff and be annoying and work the armor off for the fades and such. That does help, of course. And, you know, clear out any mines. Have somebody else go gorge, maybe, because there's going to be some arcs coming. And just overall, you know, it isn't that bad yet. Just go, come on, resist, do it, make it happen. This right here. Right here. Make it be assisted. Snappy. Make it snappy. Alright, so that was one shotgun that I think just got recovered, and it looks... Oh no! I look away for a moment and Stamp goes down. I think that was over here. Chocopix also almost goes down, but he's over there trying to heal up. He probably would have been... But wait, we have stuff blinking over here. That would be a couple skulks rampaging through base. They run over our mine. Yellow Swaggins running through the little car, the railway car thingy over here that's currently in blackness. Chocopix kind of on the wrong side of things, but there isn't much he can do over here at the moment. One arc getting slowly wheeled its way through. They just need to... Come on, where's the Onos? You're 3 res short. Okay, there we go. We got the Onos, and that'll be heading over there to arc stuff. Looks like they're gonna push it for Hydro. We have Biobomb started. Is that 3 arcs? That's 3 arcs. But what about the Onos? The Onos is all alone. He needs friends. But they're gonna take out the gate here in Hydro. That's just no question right there. But the problem is they're losing their main hive. And with that main hive will go some of the upgrades. So there's one shell still there and all the spurs. The spurs are gonna go down. Nope, the shell's down. The spurs are all obliterated. I mean, of other 2 hives, if you had to lose one, that would be the hive to lose, just because it's not as important late game as, you know, Carapace is from Crag Hive. See, base is blinking like crazy too. All the mines are gone. Come on, RAWR, you can do it. Get those RTs up. You're only at 2. Get those RTs going. Somebody jump in the hive and drop some RTs and then build them and stuff. But then again, maybe not the one over there by Plaza. Maybe the one in E-flow. E-flow's good. Do it. Make it happen. Alright, so they seem a little bit perplexed, perhaps. They moved the gate forward. They moved the gate, or I guess the gate in Hydro, you know, it died, so they're just, you know, not doing anything there. They could assist into Hydro, though. You could assist into Hydro and get that RT, then maybe assist through What is it? Water treatment? Well, yeah, it is water treatment. He sees through water treatment into observation and be obnoxious over there as well. There's just a lot of this, like, aggressive sisting that you should be able to do. I mean, but at this point you're at 1 RT, so you can't really do that. But very good call on the reverse grind gate there. It means that they can't come through unless they beacon, but they're going to lose the base gate. And now they can get on the IP. Or the pick something. Pick something. Either pick the IP and kill the spawner, which the Fade should be doing. Or you kill the obs. And it looks like they lost the obs too, so get out of there, Onos. You got two unfriendly people in there. Alright, so they're gonna rebuild the obs, like, basically instantaneously. You got Chocopix moving in there. He almost gets a swipe on Chicken. But the problem is right now that there's 2 of them, and one of them has a shotgun, so Chocopix better be careful, because... Oh, yep, he got them both. The obs gets recycled, and they're gonna get on the 1 IP. Oh, do they only have 1 IP? I thought that was another IP, but that's the arm slab. That's this other IP. They built a field obs somewhere, probably with everybody else over there in Gravity, so this is perfect. That is a really good call there if they only had the 1 IP. I thought that was an IP. I just saw, like, glowing blue thing. I'm like, whatever, it's gonna... Whoops! As I accidentally hit the Windows key. Let's not do that. Alright. I thought that was totally, like, freaking another IP. I hate this base. It's dumb. Alright, so they're getting their other IP finally. Meanwhile, guess what? Everything over here is gonna get chomped to death. What is that they're chewing on? That was an arc. Or no, that was a phase gate. The arcs are sitting right there. So, yeah, about that lead they had. Don't bite each other. That's mean. So you hear the friendly fire skulk yelp. Alright, so fast expand. This is RAWR's chance to, like, be awesome. They have 31 res, so there needs to be cysts, like, growing everywhere. They need a cat plaza, like, right now. Because this is... You cannot let this, you know, escape from you. This is an amazing chance. I mean, look at how little the map now they have control of. Cyst everywhere. Oh, yep. And we got the one Onos there. Maybe get a bone wall in there to split up the Marines. Because Kari's kind of getting a little bit iffy. Just get bone wall in behind them. Yeah, they have enough res. So I think that may be something that that needs to happen here. A little bit more calm micro going on. So they still haven't rebuilt the obs either, so they can't do the whole, like, push it. Oh no, Flugstein! I clicked down there just in time to see him get melted. But that may be something that they can, you know, work on. Get a little bit more calm micro going on there. Get the sys built. Get the RTs built faster. And it'll really help with that. Get some more bone walls to try and split Marines. Because if you split the Marines, especially if it's like, you know, in a hallway or something where, you know, you're splitting it right here and there's right here somewhere and there's 1 Marine on each side, well, guess what? They're gonna die because they can't help each other. Well, unless you miss all your bites, swipes, scores, whatever, but for the most part, you know. Alright, they should have been maybe waited for 10 seconds. So then again, that's 85% build. So maybe it's a good thing that he went, like, YOLO on in there. Chocopix in there with very low health, but we've got skulks swarming everywhere. He just needs to be very careful that he doesn't end up getting shot, and they end up taking that down. And they're actually going to lose this gate that they were trying to get in Hydro. It's technically 10 minutes to overtime. Or a few minutes to overtime. I don't want it to be overtime yet. I want this match to play out, damn it. Yes, I think it is. Started at noon, right? Yeah. So much for that really quick round at the start. Alright, so take a look at the res graph while he fights the lovely skulk on the RT there. They're back up to... I mean, look at how this has been a nice little series of plateaus over there, but they have Kari who's been staying alive, which is great. Looking at this, we got... Who have we got next? Yolo Swaggins is 5 res away from being Onos as well. And that's potentially just what they need to be able to hold on to this and, you know, win. See, there's some more RTs popping up everywhere. They're up to almost 4. That one over here is up to 72% grown, and they just need to finish systing into Hydro and stuff. It looks like they started to and then stopped. So they just need to finish systing everywhere. I mean, they have 32 res still, so why not? But they got 3 moving back in. Pop the blueprint, hit them, kill them. Killed them for great justice. Oh no, they're trapped though. They need to like just zoom on through, get out of there. That is one of the other things that if you are being more aggressive with assisting, then you don't have to worry about if they get trapped. Because then it's like, okay, well, if it was assisted through here, you drop a bone wall right there, and after the onus passes, and ta-da! Meanwhile, there's a Fade being annoying in base, trying to see if he could maybe force out, uh-oh, watch out. Oh no. He gets really low there and really low on energy as well. So they better finish this up really quick. I mean, at this point, all that Swipey has to do is just hold out for 10 minutes. On the other hand, it should be really easy for them to be able to go through. Whoa, stuff's exploding. Hey, we got the Onos going in there while I out-tab. Oh no, they're gonna lose the Onos! All they needed to do was hold out for 10 minutes and then... Oh, well, okay, never mind. That's gonna be easier for Swipeys, but for RAWR, all they need to do is get one coordinate attack, especially since YOLO Swaggins can now go Onos. So close and yet so far. So at this point, probably the best thing... Go back to the hive, you silly lurk. You heal faster there. It's also... Okay, they moved the crag, I think. You silly lurk. Alright, group everyone up, get you... I'm hoping he's going back to go Onos. Yeah, there he is, going Onos right around the corner there. I wonder if Chicken heard him. So if you hear that little noise, that's always a, you know, a lovely sign of, hey look, there's gonna be something important happening. Okay, the gate and Hydro has been recycled. So, because they got one over here in Plaza. So if RAWR drops another hive, they can just go after their base. So YOLO Swaggin's up as an Onos. And here comes the final shotgun push, I think, over into the hive. Come on. Okay, they do drop a hive. Not the hive I was looking for, but it is a hive. Stamp's working on the gate. Someone goes back. Two people go back. Relatively concerned there. And Chocopix just kind of floating around in the sky because he's a flying Fade, apparently. I don't think there's any place. Is there a place for him to heal? Yeah, he can heal right here, though. So I thought that was going to be a pretty bad position because he was over there, but it looks like they do have the crag over there, so he can heal up, especially since... Do they have advanced metab? No, they don't have advanced metab because they don't have the other hive. So they need assist now through here. Connect those cis chains. Make it happen. I mean, they have 6 RT. You have 62 res. If you have 62 res, that whole map just better be green. And we're seeing a push into base, though. YOLO Swang is getting kind of low. He's actually just... That lurk needs to eat the bullets for him. Oh, is he going to make it? Are they both going to make it? Nope, they lost the lurk. The flick stun goes down. He's at 20 res, so it's no problem if he can just re-lurk. Why not? Actually, he can't Umbra. There's no point in him lurking. He just needs to save. He can Gorge or something. Connect the cis chain right through here. If you are a comm, you should be really obnoxious with your assisting once you have a ton of RTs, just because, well, you have a ton of res, so might as well. Oh no, they know the hive's there. They're gonna send 2 guys. One. Are they? No? Yes? Yes, no. Chocopix. Hey, you should go pick off this dude going to ops. Go do it. Make it happen. Meanwhile, we got an Onos up here in Plaza. Oh no, he might actually go down. Get the bone wall. No bone wall. Dead Onos. What's Stamp becoming? Stamp is becoming a Fade. Again? I'm not sure, but that might have, that might spell the doom there. This might actually end up being a tie just because the Onos did not line up properly. Alright. So I hear a ton of mines somewhere. Where are they? I hear them. Where are they? I don't see them. Oh, it's because I hit F. Okay.
Command station under attack.
Alright, they're down to no res. Taking out a lot of the mines on your way out of the base. So they have to finish this with no Onos. They have 141 res, drop hives everywhere, and just keep throwing skulks at base. How about that? Make a bunch of eggs, throw skulks at base. So they're gonna have the shotgun push into the main hive. And just look how much res you have. Don't make it be less than that much. Assist everywhere. Oops, let's click on the map instead of just waving at it. assist everywhere, or drop hives everywhere. Just make it so you're not going to lose this game when you're so far ahead. I mean, if you look at this, you can see how much... Okay, we've got drone bay done, so it's not... now it's no problem. But look at how Hydro dropped. Okay. They've been so far ahead that it's like, okay, don't let this be the end of the game here. Chocopix flies in there and dies. They have no biomass now. They have 131 res though, so it's like, come on, just go, make more hives happen. Because all they needed to do was survive another 5 minutes. Okay, they're echoing out some of the stuff, but they missed a shell. No, the shell! Rip in pieces, shell. You have lived a long, good life. Oh, they dropped a hive over here, but there's kind of a marine there. So he's gonna take that one out, no problem. Finally realizing they should drop hives everywhere. Including, why not? Drop another one at Fab, why not? Nobody cares. And they have to do something. Alright, Chocopix can be a no-nos. This can be possibly them being able to end it. Except for there are 3 Marines in there, so maybe you should not go that way. You should go this way. Drop more hives. You have 112 res. Don't, no, no. And that's probably it for them. Unless somebody else has 50 res. Not very good onus management in this case, in this particular round. I don't know if they could have seen the people in there too. I know there were like 2 like floating around over here, but the one guy over here, I don't know if he was behind the wall. I know there's windows over here. I don't know. I'm just sad now because that should have been an easy alien win. And we've got another 3 minutes or so. And as I said, all they really need to do is just survive for another little bit of time, and it's going to be a tie. Why Knights? Why? I mean, at this point, I mean, they have 163 res again. They can just make sure it's a tie and just drop more hives. Just drop a billion hives and it'll be... Or is it going to be some counter throws going on here? Nobody's in the base. What are you doing? Why is nobody in the hive? Get in that hive. Get in that hive, one of you. Jump in. Quit fighting them and jump in the hive. So if they win this, it's down to 51%, 48. Somebody needs to jump in that hive and spawn eggs. This is actually potentially going to go the way of Swipey's. Counter throws, behold. No, they weren't able to drop the other hive. The last round goes to Swipey's. Oh, I don't know if they knew just how close they were to being able to win that so many times. So kind of a crazy last round there. Actually hit the right button this time for my overlay. So that would be the last round, and I think this is potentially the last game that's being played right now. I'm not 100% sure because I've obviously been casting, not watching the other streams. But yeah, good game, good kind of crazy game there for that last one. That should be it. I'll have to look to see if there are any more, or what's going to be the schedule and stuff for next week, but I don't know whether this means that it's going to be there's going to need to be any tiebreakers or anything, but it's going to be 4 for Swipey's. And we'll have to check what the final scores are going to be. I hope that there aren't going to be any like ties or anything, because that'll make things slightly more complicated for next weekend, because that will be the finals. If you're part of a team that will not make it to finals, or you're part of another Div 4 team or any of that nonsense, check it out. There's another competition that is talked about in the ENSL forums. Just look around. There's stuff about the divisional. I believe there's probably even a link in the most recent forum post.
Rush at it.
And just check that out. That's for Div 4. Of course, any teams can play in the upcoming Season 6. The registration
panicked
has been
already?
open for that for a while, so you can go check that out. What else? Check that out. I think that's pretty much covered everything. Of course, there's probably going to be VODs up for all these matches, so if you only caught a couple or only caught the end of a couple matches, you can go check that out as well. And thank you for watching. I will see you guys again whenever the heck that next time is.